Welcome everyone to the 5th grade step-up ceremony with the 5th grade processional. Thank you, 5th graders. You may be seated. Welcome, everyone, to the Westchester Country Day School's 5th grade step-up ceremony. Thank you for gathering with us for this joyous celebration to conclude the 5th graders' experience in lower school and prepare them for the next step up to the division of middle school. 5th graders, here you are, about to complete your lower school experience and step up to middle school. You have all come a long way to get to this moment, and I am very, very proud of you. Each of you started your journey with curious minds and eagerness to make new friends. Some started their education here at Westchester in pre-K or kindergarten. and many other friends joined each year following. I've enjoyed watching you grow and learn so many incredible things, and it is clear after spending some time reflecting with you that you too have learned some valuable lessons and have certainly prepared you for middle school and beyond. Before we get started on your reflections, I do have one more test for you, and it's important you pass this before moving on to middle school. Now, don't worry if you didn't study. Your teachers have prepared you well over the years, and I think these are all things you should know, even for a pop quiz. All right, hold on. What is this? Good job, you got that right. What is this? What are these? Wow, you guys are so smart. And how about this? Oh, bonus points, extra credit, if you can tell me where this lighthouse is located.
Outer Banks.
I think I heard it. It's Cape Hatteras Lighthouse. Miss Driver, are you proud? All right, here we go. So, here's the part that's going to take a lot of thinking. You've got it all right so far. How are all of these objects, what do they have in common? They all light up. So all of these are sources of light. Congratulations, you have passed lower school. All right, so light is an essential element that exists here on Earth. It helps us distinguish between day and night. It brings energy to plants and animals. And light serves a purpose in guiding us in the right direction, such as with a flashlight. It brings heat to warm us, such as a flame to a fire. And lighthouses can bring a sense of comfort after a rough day of sea, or serve as a signal that rocky shores are ahead. Light can be a source of fun, such as these glow sticks. I mean, what's a party without a glow stick? But in all seriousness, light is often symbolized in many cultures as a source that brings all things that are good in this world. Amanda Gorman, the youngest inaugural poet in U.S. history, said this in her famous poem, The Hills We Climb. There is always light, if we are brave enough to see it, if we're only brave enough to be it. Recently, you shared with me some of your favorite memories from each grade. From the beginning of your journey here at Westchester, your teachers helped ignite a flame within you, stoking your fire for passion for learning and having fun while doing so. It all started in pre-K and kindergarten, where you learned the importance of sharing and taking turns and treating others how they want to be treated. Your teachers taught you how to say crisscross applesauce at circle time and how it is not okay to hide under the tables in the classroom. In first grade, you learned that you can incorporate apples into every subject area during the memorable Apple Day, and the art of storytelling through creative movement during the first grade circus. In second grade, you recalled learning about famous American symbols and memorizing fun poems for the poetry show. The following year, in third grade, you designed your dream home and learned all about area, perimeter, and mastering your fact rings through fun competitions such as the March Madness Challenge. Fourth grade was a very impactful year where you came up with cool ideas for the fourth grade store, such as Piñata Party Poppers. Boy, that's a mouthful. And you turned history to life during the interactive wax museum. You also did some neat hands-on projects such as the county dough map, which helped solidify your love for this great state we live in. And in 5th grade, you remember going on field trips to Camp Caraway and Old Salem, learning about ecosystems, and discovering your love of poetry and descriptive writing. Over the years, you saw the light in opportunities to learn new things and open your mind to new ideas. Throughout your time at Westchester, you have had many shining moments where you have beamed with pride in all that you have accomplished. A famous quote from Maya Angelou is, "Nothing can dim the light that shines within." This made me think of you and how many of you let your light shine when you participated in school plays, ran 5K races, performed in Odyssey of the Mind, and sang in footnotes. Even when learning got tough, you leaned on the power of your inner light to give you energy to persevere through time-consuming projects such as the North Carolina Notebook. How many of you remember how long that took? Yeah. And learning the geography and spelling of all 50 states. You let your light shine when you became leaders and used creativity and collaboration during SEA Time and STEAM Lab. The light bulb in your brain went off when you mastered study tricks, such as using mnemonic phrases like, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally," and "King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk." 5th graders, you know what that means, right? Okay. You have learned the value of practicing and doing your homework and how that relates to creating dendrites in your brain. And when you want to know if something sounds right, you read it aloud. It took a lot of hard work and effort in the process, but look at you right now. Here you are at the end result and the conclusion of lower school, and wow, look at you sparkle. Thomas Jefferson once said, "A candle loses nothing when it lights another candle." Thank goodness for your teachers who helped be your guiding light along the way and made sure to pass on the light of knowledge to you. If you didn't understand something, they put in the extra time to help you. You described your teachers as always being there for you. And while you said you may have not always shown them the appreciation they deserve, deep down you are grateful for all they have taught you over the years, and you want to thank them for believing in you. When I asked you to describe your 5th grade year with one word, several of you said words like stressful, a roller coaster, long, different, exhausting, chaotic, but in a good way, perplexing, while others of you said enjoyable, eventful, memorable, amazing, fun, and unforgettable. Your honesty and candidness has always been a strength of this group, and I'm sure over the years you have learned when it's best to share what is on your mind, and other times when you have learned it's best not to say anything at all. When I asked you recently what other lessons you have learned, you certainly had a lot of words of wisdom to impart on our younger Wildcats. And just like a lighthouse, may these words serve as a beacon of hope for you and others when life throws you a storm, rough waters, or darkness your way. As Mahatma Gandhi said, "In the midst of darkness, light persists." Listen carefully to this advice and light shared by the 5th graders. Callie says, "Be responsible." Clara says, "Do your best." Brock says, "Have fun," with multiple exclamation points. Francie reminds you to charge your Chromebook and do your homework. Eli and Cole both said, "Listen to your teachers." And Finch said, "Even if you think you understand something, listen to your teacher anyway." Tia says, "Be nice to everyone." Jacob said, "Don't say negative things about yourself." Maddie tells us to have a growth mindset. Haley says to be a role model. And Kingston, such wise words, listen carefully. "Don't watch the clock. Do what it does and keep going." You may have to think about that for a minute. And Mark says it most simply of all, enjoy it. Fifth graders, I hope you will take this advice along with everything else you have learned from your teachers and be a guiding light for others as you embark on your journey to middle school and beyond. I'll leave you with a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Lead with love and light in your hearts, and it will take you far, my shining wildcats. I'm so proud of you, fifth graders. Thank you. I will ask Mr. Atkinson to join me in the presentation of certificates. Please hold your applause until the fifth grade graduates have all received their certificates. Would the fifth graders in the first row in Mrs. Reed's homeroom please stand and turn and line up to receive your certificates. Kyle Isaias Alvarado. Pearl Allison Caddy.
Same time. Here it is. Congratulations. Well done.
Morgan Ann Cargill.
Just a second. Congratulations.
Callie Nicole Daniel.
Congratulations. Well done.
Colton Campbell Denmark.
Congratulations.
Cameron Jackson Dial. Elijah Marshall Dunning. Frances Best Keever.
Well done, Francie. Congratulations.
Benjamin Aaron Mandelson.
Congratulations. Well done.
Would the fifth graders in the second row in Mrs. Reed's homeroom please stand and line up to receive your certificates? Clara Houston Meixner.
Congratulations.
Ian Paul Moore. Murari Pokala.
Congratulations. Got it.
Emmeline Bell Simpson.
Congratulations.
Brock Alexander Sumter.
Well done, Brock. Congratulations.
Emmett James Turner. Anish Nihar Upadhyay. Cole Thomas Vermeer. Lillian Rose Carries. Jacob Windsor Cass. Emma Kate Donnelly. Edward Davis Guard. Cruz Armando Garzon. Miles Glover. Mason Joseph Hammond. Elijah Dathan Harrison. George Finch Lambeth. William Charles Hobart Leonard. Madigan Margaret Lynn. Finnegan Stephen McDowell. Kingston Lem Phillips. Ali Hussein Shamedi. Tia Alexandria Srishore. Mark Jeffrey Taylor. Haley Elizabeth Van Zant. Grace Ann Vermeer. That concludes our 5th grade graduates. Let's all give them a round of applause. would now like to invite Mrs. Keever, head of middle school, and Mrs. Emma Ruggery, assistant head of middle school, to share a message welcoming you to the next division of middle school.
As I stand before you, preparing to welcome you into middle school, I must admit, your teachers say you are excited. We can feel that energy up here on the stage. These last 3 years, juggling virtual and in-person learning, have prepared you in ways previous groups didn't get to experience. You should have pride in the lower school journey well completed. Your teachers are proud of your success and ready to escort you to this next endeavor. Your parents can hardly believe this day has arrived and may not be as ready as you are for this next step. So bear with me for a minute while I reassure them first. It seems like yesterday these bright, energetic students were just entering school for the first time as pre-kindergartners or kindergartners. They didn't know how to read, write, stand in a line, fix their lunch in the lunch line, or make new friends. And just look at them now. They can read and write. They can even speak Mandarin. This class has blossomed into an enthusiastic group of Wildcats. They have used their years of experience to learn and grow. Some experiences that have shaped them include making 100-day projects, playing first in math, mastering words their way, writing in cursive, creating their own unique North Carolina notebooks, and becoming famous characters for their wax museum presentations. If you had been given this grand syllabus the first day of school, parents, you may not have returned for day 2. You may have felt overwhelmed or intimidated. All of those feats were accomplished with the love, support, encouragement, and collaboration with the amazing lower school teachers. Parents, rest easy. Know that middle school will seem equally daunting at first, but we will all work together day by day over the next 3 years as your children continue to learn and grow and thrive during an extremely exciting and sometimes challenging time. And the best bonus you're getting is the enthusiasm and skill of Emma Ruggery. I am thrilled and confident to turn over the leadership of our middle school to Ms. Ruggery. Thrilled. You will find Ms. Ruggery is gifted in all things organizational and brings empathy and insight to the middle school experience as she focuses on what is best for the middle school students with every decision and plan. Emma will provide loving support and encouragement as you navigate this journey, parents, and she will provide the same for you students. Ms. Ruggery, the keys are yours.
Students, as I was reflecting how to welcome you to middle school, I couldn't help but think of the parallels between our journeys here at Westchester. We are all ending one chapter at WCDS and about to embark on a new chapter in middle school together. You as sixth graders ready to dive into the next steps of your education, and me beginning a new position as your head of middle school. As I look out at each of you, I see a bunch of eager students ready to start middle school. Keep this enthusiasm over the summer and into the new school year. Know that all of your teachers, advisors, and coaches are ready to welcome you, support you through the good times and the tough times, and cheer you on as you begin to turn the pages in your middle school chapter. As you prepare for this new adventure, let me give you some advice. There is no doubt that your class is already full of accomplished athletes, scholars, and beyond. But I want to challenge you to step outside of this comfort zone and try something new. Try a new activity like robotics or sewing, a new sport like swimming or soccer. Try out for a play, or learn to play an instrument or sing. You never know. It might be the best thing that has ever happened to you. Starting this new chapter also means a little more freedom, but also more responsibility. Middle school is a period of great growth and maturity. Each of you will do this in your own time and in your own way. Some of you will master the art of time management quicker than others, while some of you might struggle at first with juggling 7 different classes and teachers. But don't get caught up in comparing yourself to others during this time, because, after all, this is your chapter. Above all else, you must always do your best. Do your best academically, artistically, athletically, and morally. You will grow and mature a little bit more every year as you continue to fill the pages with both successes and mistakes. We will celebrate your successes in these areas and help you learn from your mistakes when you falter. Remember that this is a new chapter, and you get to decide what your next step is. So make it the best one that you can. Thank you, Mrs. Winstead, for that reminder yesterday. When I asked the 8th grade students what advice they wanted to pass on to you as you enter middle school and they leave, they said, have fun, do your work, make sure you get your sleep, stay away from the drama and be kind, wear deodorant, and most importantly, good luck. Their advice may seem very simple, but it's true. So, for now, celebrate this joyous moment with your friends and family. Each of you have successfully finished lower school, and now I can proudly say, welcome to Middle School Wildcats. We can't wait to see you grow over the next 3 years.
I would like to invite members of the Footnotes Choir to perform for you all next. Footnotes is a 3rd through 5th grade choral group. Each year they perform around the community and here at school for special events. Most recently they performed at Dollywood Theme Park for a choral competition, earning superior rating and 1st place in elementary treble choir, in addition to outstanding alto section. Footnotes is directed by music teacher and interim director of fine arts, Shelley Jennings.
With wings to reach.
All fifth graders receive recorders at the beginning of the year, and I happily send them home to you parents to hear the practicing. But they work on a program called Recorder Karate. So it's like a lot like karate. They perform more difficult songs to earn different belts. And so we have 2 students to recognize that made it all the way to the black belt, which is a huge accomplishment. So will Finch Lambeth and Kingston Phillips please come forward?
Next, we will recognize students who had perfect attendance this school year. A student's academic success correlates directly with his or her daily school attendance. And developing a positive routine of regular attendance is crucial to both professional and personal success later in life. This year, we have 2 students in lower school who had perfect attendance based on the following definition in our community handbook. Perfect attendance is defined as a student being in school from the beginning of the school day through the end of the last period of the day, every day that school is in session during the academic year. So that means no tardies and no early dismissals. Absences for school-related activities and college days, we're not quite there yet, are the only absences that do not render a student ineligible for perfect attendance. I would like to recognize first grader Ben Gavitt and his kindergarten brother Jack Gavitt for being present all day, every day this school year. Ben and Jack, please come receive your certificate. It is now time to recognize 2 very special people who will be retiring at the end of this school year. We will start with pre-K teacher and assistant head of lower school, Debbie Christensen, and I would invite Ms. Christensen to come up front. Ms. Christensen does not like the center of attention, but we're going to force her to be in the center of attention today. Ms. Christensen, when I think about you, I think about how you have been an anchor in lower school for 23 years. You started here many years ago teaching kindergarten. You moved up to first grade for a short while, and then you helped us start our inaugural year of pre-K 10 years ago. Throughout your career, you have built a strong foundation in early childhood education. Your thoughtful and conscientious spirit has helped to build the pre-K program to what it is today, and we look forward to continuing that momentum as Ms. Yarborough and Mrs. Beck step into your very big shoes. Just like an anchor serves to keep things steady, you have brought a stable force to Westchester through your leadership and steadfast support of all things WCDS. Not only have you taught here and brought the perspective of what is in best practices for early childhood education, but you have also worn your parent hat when your 2 children, Taylor and Sarah Kate, and Taylor's here today, received their foundation of education here at Westchester. Your colleagues look up to you to provide insight and guidance. You have served as a mentor, a valued member of the faculty leadership team, a leader of the Fun Runners Elective Club, and a sounding board to me and the rest of the administrative team as assistant head of lower school this year. You have been an inspiration to your colleagues as well. And Mrs. Caroline Jennings shares these words about you. While I've only had the privilege to work with Debbie for 1 year, I'm incredibly grateful for her leadership, mentorship, and friendship. It has been an honor to work as her assistant in pre-K, as she truly embodies what I have learned is the Westchester way, and to witness how she cares deeply for her students, past and present, and her Westchester family. The impact she has made on Westchester over the years is evident from her many accolades, conversations with coworkers and parents, and from former students that stop by just to say hi. And I too must sing her praises, as she has supported me through a year of unwanted surprises and cheered me on towards a path of professional growth. She may be retiring from teaching, and we will miss her tremendously, but I have a feeling her unwavering support for us Wildcats will be never ending. Thank you, Debbie, for helping each and every one of us to grow to be better learners, better teachers, and most importantly, better people. Mrs. Christensen, you have given a lot of yourself to Westchester, and now it's time to take some time for yourself. We hope that you get some time to spend by the sea and anchor yourself in front of the ocean in your retirement. We all know that is one of your favorite places to be. However, if you do need some other ideas, here are some of what your pre-K friends suggested. Joseph hopes you spend a lot of time sleeping. Charlotte thinks you should hang out with Mr. Christensen. Cooper wants you to go for walks in the jungle. Ethan sees watching TV, sitting on the couch in your future. Riley encourages you to dance like Minnie Mouse. Olivia says you should water your plants. Cadence suggests you go to the grocery store and go to a pretty garden. Owen S. wishes you well on lots of vacations. And Owen H. says no matter where you land, he hopes you will be dancing. Your colleague, Mrs. Yarborough, wrote a little ditty for you, and I would like to invite her to come forward and share it, and she's going to bring two of your students, Ren Young and Charlotte Guffey, to join her.
Hello. I'm so thankful that this was the year that WCDS added another pre-K class and that I got to teach alongside Miss Christensen. We've had so much fun, and here's just a little Wildcat acrostic poem. Isn't that impressive? Acrostic poem to tell you what she means to me. W is for Wildcat through and through. Miss Christensen taught me how to truly embrace being a Westchester Wildcat. She just might be the #1 Westchester fan. I is for inspiring. She's an incredible teacher who inspires children to love learning. She's definitely inspired me as a teacher this year. L is for loving. Miss Christensen is always loving to her students, their families, and her coworkers. D is for devoted. Miss Christensen is a devoted teacher, friend, mother, and now a devoted grandmother to her sweet little granddaughter, Cooper. C is for calm. If you know Miss Christensen, you know she is a calm person, whereas I am not always a calm person. Very excited. But anyway, we have complimented each other so nicely, and I've enjoyed it so much. A is for attitude, a positive attitude. She reminded me daily to choose a positive attitude and to keep my attention on all of the wonderful things going on rather than dwell on anything that wasn't going up to plan. T is for true friend. I'm proud to call Miss Christensen a true friend. I know I can always count on her to be there for me, and I'll always be there for you too. I love you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
So, Ren and Charlotte, can you help me? So Miss Christensen, the lower school students each put their thumbprint on this platter to make these beautiful flowers to represent the mark you have left on their lives over the years. Happy retirement to you, and we wish you the best in all the future brings your way. Let's give Ms. Christensen a round of applause. Up next, I would like to invite Miss Rhonda Hunt, fourth grade teacher who will be retiring at the end of this school year. When I think about Miss Hunt, I think about a pearl. In many ways, pearls symbolize classic style. But when you learn about the story about how pearls form, you know it has to go through some challenges in order to create such beauty. Rhonda is the epitome of poise and class, yet she has this grit and determination to not let anything get her down. She perseveres and pushes through any obstacle in order to reach her goal. And she does so with a beautiful smile on her face. She presents herself professionally at all times, yet isn't afraid of a challenge. She takes on hard tasks with a growth mindset, and that serves as an inspiration to her students and colleagues alike. Just like an oyster turns a piece of sand time after time into a smooth pearl, Miss Hunt finds the good and beauty in each child. She knows that sometimes student gifts have to be uncovered and revealed over time and effort. Miss Hunt, you see the potential in every student, and that is a gift, just like a pearl that is priceless. Over the past 36 years, Miss Hunt has inspired countless students and educators, and she has given WCDS 20 of those years of teaching. She also gave her daughters, Anna and Blair, the gift of a WCDS education, and look what potential they have risen to today. Not only have you impacted students, you have made a lasting impression on your colleagues as well. Your positive attitude and tireless work ethic make you such a dependable and strong educator. Your colleagues have nothing but nice things to say about you, including these from Mrs. Driver. I have known Rhonda practically my whole life. We grew up in Thomasville. While she is a few years older than me, I didn't write that, Miss Driver did. She and her sister were good friends of my sister. I've watched Rhonda raise two beautiful daughters. We have taught together 18 years. She is both an outstanding teacher and friend. Rhonda is the epitome of a lady. I wish Rhonda well in the next stage of her life. She deserves it. Your fourth graders, hold please. Your fourth graders had these precious things to say about you. She is really nice and taught us well. Miss Hunt is the sweetest teacher ever. Olivia Hedrick shared, she pushes you, but in a good way to make sure you understand it. She always comes to school with a smile on her face. And Tyler said, I like that she is a good teacher. She has different techniques for different students, and she's nice about it. And last, one of your students says, Miss Hunt works hard for us. Your students know how important family is to you. When I asked them what they thought you would do in retirement, most of them said something about going to spend time with your grandkids in Raleigh or in Nashville, Tennessee. You must talk about them a lot, huh? While they do hope you spend lots of time loving on your grandchildren, they also gave you these suggestions of some things to do. They said you could cook. You could go on road trips. You could take lots of walks. Oliver says he hopes you take trips to the beach. maybe even the Bahamas. But Brielle says that no matter where you go and what you do, we hope to see you again. Thank you for the service you have given WCDS and for the 36 years you have given to schools and educating and inspiring young minds. What a beautiful pearl you have become, Miss Hunt. May you continue to approach retirement with classic style and grace. Enjoy your retirement and spending times with your daughters and their families. And I know they will soak up all their special time with their grandmother. I would like to invite Tessa Adolph and Brielle Blanchard to present Miss Hunt with a gift. Miss Hunt, surprise, your gift is very similar to Miss Christensen's gift. And the students also put their thumbprint on the platter to represent the lives you have impacted over the years. May you think of WCDS and all the students you inspired when you use it. Congratulations, Miss Hunt. To step down in his role as head of school to make way for new leadership. His time here at Westchester has been fruitful and full of growth. We are grateful for his last 13 years of leadership. He has been a big supporter of our lower school program, and I thank him. And I wrote a poem for all the reasons we love Mr. Atkinson. It was recently shared at the pre-K letter people luau, but this time I would like to invite Anish Upadhyay and Mason Hammond forward to recite all the reasons we admire Mr. Atkinson from A to Z.
A is for authenticity. You're uniquely you are of a kind. B is for being there. Your students and faculty. C is for creative problem solving. D is for daring grit, not being afraid of trying things. E is for each child every day. A motto you crafted and reused to focus on the students as individuals.
F is for friendly smile, a gift you freely give to others.
G is for good morning greetings, starting the day off on the right foot in every classroom.
H is for humility, putting others first before yourself.
I is for ice cream treats are sweeter than a gift for you and us too.
J is for juggling all the moves with yourself.
K is for knowledge and the wise pursuit of it.
L is for lifelong learning, finding joy in doing so.
M is for monumental success throughout the past 13 years of Westchester Country Day School.
N is for numerous thoughts and ideas to impart on others.
O is for outstanding leadership. Thanks for being our steady right here after you.
P is for pursuit of excellence, pushing the students to develop more of you, athletically, artistically, and academically.
Q is for quiet reflection. You're a deep thinker, a trait to be admired.
R is for reading, reading, reading. Is there ever a time a book is not on your desk?
S is for scholar, well-educated and well-read.
T is for teaching, from pre-K all the way up to seniors.
U is for understanding.
V is for valuing differences.
W is for wildcat spirit. Your love for this school shines through and through.
X is for excitement in the growth of school.
Y is for being you. There's no one we would rather you be.
Z is for zest for life. You may soak up every moment of today and each day forward.
Thank you, Mr. Atkinson, for all you have done for Westchester and the inspiration you have been to all Wildcats. To commemorate your sweet time at WCDS, we know how much you love your sweets. If you open it up, there are some cookies inside. But the lower school students each have contributed their thumbprint to the outside of the cookie jar pottery. There's no thumbprints from the students on the cookies, though. You have made a lasting impression on the lives of all Wildcats, and hopefully they have imprinted on your heart as well. Thank you very much, Mr. Atkinson. At this time, I would like to take a moment to introduce Ashley Timberlake. Ashley took on the role of Parent Engagement Coordinator and has been working tirelessly with all 3 of our parent volunteer organizations. I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Timberlake.
Good morning. Many of you see me in the front office or pass by me on an admissions tour, but as Blair said, this year I had the pleasure of taking on an additional role of parent engagement, which focuses on enhancing the parent experience beyond the admissions and enrollment process and exploring ways in which to keep current families engaged within our wonderful Westchester community. Working side by side this year with the Westchester All Parents Association, otherwise known as WAPA, leadership, as their liaison to the school and staying connected with the other 2 parent organizations, Friends of the Fine Arts, otherwise known as FOFA, and Boosters, has given me a greater appreciation for all the time, energy, and care that these parents give to WCDS. One of those very special, one-of-a-kind parents is Kelly McDowell. Kelly, could you join me up here on stage, please? I will talk as she's walking. Kelly has served as the FOFA president for 3 years. We are indebted to Kelly for her willingness to serve in this role well beyond the typical term of 1 year, and cannot thank her enough for her commitment and leadership. Victoria Vegas, middle and upper school art teacher, says, Kelly's fresh ideas and dedication to strengthening a post-COVID FOFA have helped to create a more productive group of parents who are spreading enthusiasm for our arts programs. Kelly made sure that teacher needs were heard and that the proper parent support was in place to help grow our partnership. Debbie Noyes, play director, adds, during the early years of her presidency, I still remember Kelly standing outside of Reeves Hall, setting up concessions in the courtyard for the plays, even in wintry rainy weather. This, of course, was due to COVID regulations. But because of her determination and dedication, she didn't let those regulations stop her service in supporting the overall experience of attending a production at Westchester. This past year, Kelly thought outside the traditional meeting time and venue to offer evening meetings at restaurants in hopes of attracting more participants. Even though the usual crowd typically attended, I recognized her creative thinking. It is because of these attributes, determination, creativity, and dedication, that Kelly has proven to be a progressive, strong leader for FOFA. I look forward to Kelly's continued support of the arts as her son Finn, and maybe even husband JJ, perform in future productions and recitals. Lastly, Ken Mickey, the guy from somewhere backstage or up top, adds, Kelly has been a super trooper, and I appreciate her dedication and extra leadership, staying on while we transition back to the stage. She will continue to be a needed volunteer and contact in the performing, musical, and visual arts programs. Bravo, Kelly. From all of us, thank you again. We know it's in your nature to be active and involved, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see your name pop up in that sign-up genius a lot. Thank you. parent that I would like to mention is Tara Elliott, current Westchester All Parents Association WAPA president. Tara and her sidekick and vice president, Cece Couch, have done an outstanding job this year serving our school. They are dependable, insightful, and have brought a fresh new energy to WAPA that was certainly needed. Thank you, ladies, for everything, especially keeping me on track. Westchester and me are so grateful for your enthusiasm and for agreeing to carry on in these leadership roles for another year. On that note, I would like to introduce Tara Elliott, WAPA president, to present two very special WAPA awards.
Every year, WAPA asks staff and Westchester families to vote for an individual who goes above and beyond with their time and efforts to make this school a better place. This year, our Volunteer of the Year award goes to Mrs. Elizabeth Caddy. Elizabeth has been seen on campus as a substitute in the classroom this year. She volunteered for Odyssey of the Mind, where her team placed at regionals and competed at states. She served as vice president of FOCA, making numerous contributions to make it better. Elizabeth worked on the majority of the costumes for Moana and has organized and made 100% of the costumes for the production Pirates Past Noon. Her work is amazing and has helped elevate our productions this year. Below are a few comments by our school community showing just how honored we feel to have Mrs. Caddy with us. What a treasure Elizabeth Caddy is. We are so fortunate to have an individual with so much talent, enthusiasm, and creativity be a part of our Wildcat family. Her dedication to helping take our drama programs to the next level is admirable, as are the beautiful costumes she creates. She is also a fantastic cheerleader and supporter of our arts program and goes above and beyond to bring fresh visibility to our students' artistic achievements. Ms. Caddy has volunteered many hours this year in the arts department. She will do anything it takes to make the arts program a success. She spent several unpaid hours on costumes for all the plays. She stayed backstage many nights doing hair and makeup for cast members. She put in many hours being an Odyssey of the Mind coach and helped take our team to states. She attends meetings when she doesn't have to and is always available to help out. Mrs. Caddy was my favorite substitute teacher ever. Mrs. Emma Ruggery has spent many hours with Elizabeth this year and has loved every minute of it. She says she is a creative soul who is always willing to try something new and create out-of-this-world costumes. She is also always willing to step in and help in any capacity beyond costumes. I think we can all agree that Mrs. Elizabeth Caddy is appreciated, and the Westchester community is so grateful and thankful for her time, creativity, and love of the arts. Thank you for your hard work and dedication. You are incredibly deserving of the 2023 Volunteer of the Year Award. Today, I am pleased to present our Teacher of the Year Award on behalf of Westchester All Parents Association. As parents, I think we can all agree that teachers are just so special. They make a career out of shaping young minds and hearts, which is one of the most noble acts a person can choose, devoting their life to helping others while also putting their own emotions aside. When preparing to present this award this year, I must admit I felt a bit underqualified and honestly a bit inadequate. Because you see, she's a legend at Westchester. She knows everybody, and everybody knows her. This teacher's nickname around lower school is Johnny on the Spot. She gets everything done in a snap. Her heart is as big as this school, and she wears it right on her sleeve so that all the students can see just how much she loves them. I wanted to read you a couple of quotes from her students because who could be more honest than children? She is nice, sweet, and she looks beautiful in her shining clothes. She is a great teacher, and she's also really nice. We love her because she usually gives extra time at recess, but you have to listen when she says it's time to come in. She will help you solve your problems. She does not play around. She gives you the right amount of discipline. We don't always show her the appreciation that she deserves. Having the ability and opportunity to help shape a child as they grow into their own unique individual selves can be tough. As a parent, we only get to hear secondhand from our children how their daily lives actually are when they are at school. However, I truly believe that if we were to take a vote here this morning, everyone would be in unison in saying that they have heard many, many kind words about our Teacher of the Year. This teacher builds our children up when they need it, smiles at them with her big smiles, showing how proud she is of them, giving them a hug on a harder day, and showing her big heart each and every day with whomever she is spending time with. She is a role model I know our children all look up to. Before I present our Teacher of the Year award this morning, I wanted to share some words from teachers and a quote from Mrs. Holly. She is patient, kind, and understanding with colleagues and students. She has done everything I asked her to do. She is willing to help in any way possible. I have really appreciated her work ethic. Mrs. Holly said, I had the pleasure of working with this teacher since my very first year at Westchester Country Day School. She helped teach me the Westchester way, and she always gave good advice when I sought her input. She will do whatever is asked of her in a very efficient way. She works well in small groups with students and academics and solves the world's problems at recess. The students seek her guidance, and deep down, they have great respect for her. She walks a lot of miles with students, but always with the best looking shoes. With that being said, I am honored to present the 2022-2023 Teacher of the Year Award to Mrs. Tracy Gill. I want to thank you for attending our 5th grade step-up ceremony. Thank you to Mr. Andrews and Mr. Mickey for their superb tech skills, and thank you to Mrs. Caputa, Mrs. Sloop, Mrs. Reed, and Mrs. Gill for your never-ending care and nurturing learning environment you created for this group of 5th graders. To all the other lower school teachers, thank you for fostering the growth of these 5th graders over the years. And parents, thank you for your continued love and support of your child throughout their educational journey.